morning. I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Thursday, July 28th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of this show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there as well. Hey, by the way, if you'd like to connect, you can connect to me by going to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. There you will find my social media connections, my email and text message information, and all the things you want to do if you want to contact me. Go to contactlarry.com, contactlarry.com. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, please hit that share button. Please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So please go there and subscribe as well. You can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. A couple of people saying hi already. We got Mark and Tom and Bill and Linda. Awesome. You can also comment live. By the way, if you're commenting from a group that's not the Money Chat Now fan page, your name may not show up on my dashboard, so please go to the Money Chat Now page and comment there so I can recognize you. A couple other people joined us, Glenn and Mike. Thanks, guys. Hey, I have a question for you. Do you know someone who would really enjoy the show? Maybe the comedic common sense or the good market advice or something, right? Please share the show with them by clicking the share button right now and share it directly on their page. So click it. It says share, and it says share other, share with the page. Share it in groups as well, and let your friends know how to make more money and laugh in the morning. Money Chat Now, of course, is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. And today's Thursday, so you can come today. Come today. We'll have a blast. All right, on today's show, of course, we're going to be discussing yesterday's recap. Boy, a whole lot of stuff in there. We're going to be talking about Biden and COVID. We're going to be talking about JetBlue, and we're going to be talking about the Commie. So you know it's going to be a good show if we're talking about that kind of stuff, right? All right, let's talk about the recap. Let's talk about what's going on. What an amazing day it was yesterday. Holy cow. The anxiously awaited Fed announcement came on schedule at 2 o'clock, and the Fed announced that they were raising interest rates charged to the banks a whopping 75 basis points. The market was basically unshook by the move. Usually when the Fed announcement is reported, the market moves up or down really quickly, and in this case, nothing happened at all. I was kind of surprised. A half an hour later, Fed Chairman Powell started his speech, and nothing really happened either. It's usually when the questions start from the press that the market really moves, and it did. Powell fielded questions about inflation, jobs, and the possibility of a recession. He clearly felt that jobs were slowing, but it was nothing to worry about, at least not yet, so they weren't slowing enough for him to be concerned. As far as inflation goes, he remained steadfast committed on bringing inflation down to the average 2% rate instead of the ridiculous 9+% rate right now. The market liked the idea and responded positively to his commitment on this. The other topic, are we going into recession, was very interesting. It appears that Biden and company have been projecting or possibly discussing the so-called new definition of a recession with Powell. At one point toward the end of the questioning, Powell actually said something similar to Biden when he said this isn't a real recession because the jobs market is still hot. Look, the definition of recession has not changed, gentlemen. It is still the same with the definition of 2/4 of GDP being lower than before. I have also reiterated the fact that this isn't a scary recession. It's the definition of a recession. That doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. I have also said this will be a mild recession, and we need to watch out for the next one. And the next one will be about this time next year. But clearly, we need to listen to Biden and the Goon Squad next month because, look, they're going to give clues to what Powell says and Powell does. So when the Goon Squad, like Biden, says, hey, something like they're changing the definition of recession, we need to listen to him. Because that happened last month, too. They said something. It could be a tremendous tell for the market. Anyway, the Dow was up over 550 points at one point, and finished over 400. I'm sorry, it finished over 430 points. The S&P was up over 110 points. Wow, that's amazing. And the Nasdaq, well, that was on fire. The Nasdaq finished almost 470 points up. Holy cow! Of course, Apple was up over 5 points, and before the earnings announcements of Meta, the stock rocked over 10 points. It was an awesome day, and speaking of Meta, the earnings results came in a few minutes after the bell, and yikes, it fell 10 points immediately. The earnings showed significant drop in advertising revenue. Meta is blaming Apple's iOS privacy change, but I have to say, I don't think it's iOS at all. I think it's the way they're treating their customers. They're basically their users, right? It's the real problem. If you keep putting people in Facebook jail and also keep restricting their accounts because you don't like what they say, people are simply going to tune out and go off your platform. But who am I to tell them? I'm just a guy who's actually restricted from advertising my personal account and been in Facebook jail so many times that they keep the light on for me. No, Facebook is a mess until either Zuckerturd steps down or they change their ridiculous policies on censorship. They will continue to lose users and engagement. Yep, they're currently the monopoly on social media, but that will change soon. Hopefully it will change with Musk buying Twitter, if that actually happens. Meta bounced back a few points, but then it didn't do so well afterwards. It was about 8 or 10 points down when I saw it this morning. Speaking of Musk and Twitter, Twitter is actually holding the shareholder vote on September 13th to decide if Musk is actually allowed to buy the company for the $54.20 a share that he offered. You know, the controversy over Twitter and Musk has led Twitter to sue Musk and try and force him to buy the company at his offer. Well, technically, the stockholders have not yet approved the deal. Wouldn't it be funny if they don't approve the deal and Musk is off the hook? Finally, also, Ford reported earnings, and apparently it was a good one. In fact, they blew it out of the water. Ford had been struggling with supply chain issues, and Ford had difficulty meeting the demand of buyers. And last year, Ford's stock was as high as 26, and today it's up, and it's trading at about 14. You know, could it be a winner? It actually could be. I think it'll be a really good stock. Today is another huge earnings day, and at the top of the list of importance is Apple. Apple will be reporting today after the bell, and I believe they're going to do well. So let's watch for that after the bell. Hey, let's take a look at the futures and see what today is bringing so far. Right now, it looks like the futures are down 33, the S&P is down 8, and the Nasdaq is down 65. I actually expect it to be worse. A couple of people saying hi. Holy cow! I gotta go double check all these people saying hi. So it looks like if I haven't already said hello, it looks like Mike and Charles and Ken, Ken and also Tommy. And who else? We got Seth, my brother Seth. Thank you so much. We got we got it looks like James as well. All right, so thanks so much. I always appreciate you guys watching. I can't always get to your questions. If you want to ask a quick 3 or 5 word question, you can do that, but I can't read the questions online when they're really long. All right. Well, I have good news for you. Biden is over his cold. That's right, his sniffles, sore throat, and mild cough have diminished, and the bumbling fool can now continue his plan to destroy America. Yes, the common cold, otherwise known as COVID, has plagued the White House and the leader of the Bicycle Brigade. Dementia Joe has tested negative for COVID after quarantining for 5 days, so he is back. You know, thank God he had his 2 vaccine shots and 2 boosters, because if he didn't, he wouldn't be able to push the agenda, that you must have 2 shots and 2 boosters or you'll die of the common cold. Do you remember when he said you won't get COVID if you are fully vaccinated? Such crap and so much proof that it's useless. Oh, YouTube, I was referring to the president being useless, not the vaccine, of course. We all know the vaccine is the greatest thing ever invented, next to the voting drop box, of course. Please don't shut down our channel. We raise our hand in allegiance to the YouTube censors. Hail Google! Hail Google! I do have to say my favorite part of the story was Ron DeSantis' response to Biden testing positive. DeSantis was making a speech, and he started off with this statement. We just saw Joe Biden test positive for COVID, right? And I've said we've obviously wished him well on that, but this is the guy who's taken how many booster shots he added? I mean, seriously, done with this stuff and he gets it? Wow. Then later in the speech, DeSantis says the best thing ever. I want to wish the president a speedy recovery from COVID and America a speedy recovery from Biden. I'll bet you're wondering if I wrote that speech. That sounds like something I would do. All right, guys, let's take a quick break, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and I've written a book called Money Hacks. The subtitle to this book is because everything you think you know about money is wrong, and I promise you there are things you think about money that are wrong. There are chapters in this book that I think you will find absolutely fascinating, and some of them are, what is money anyway? Can money buy happiness? I'll bet you don't know the answer to that question. The truth about credit scores, how you can actually use credit cards to rebuild your credit. I also have chapters on being your own bank, how to buy houses with an IRA, and how to invest with other people's money. There are so many other chapters. There are 22 total chapters in this book, and I promise you're going to learn how to make more money and pay less taxes when you buy this book. My name is Larry Steinhouse. The name of the book is Money Hacks. You can get this book wherever fine books are sold, and you can go to barnesandnoble.com right now and pre-order it. I hope that you will enjoy it. All right, welcome back. I'm Larry Steinhouse. Welcome back to Money Chat Now. A couple of comments online that just made me laugh just as I looked up. So one of them was, Rob says, did you mean Biden's cancer scare is over? Yeah, it was something like that. It was either cancer or COVID, you know, one of the C's. And then Ken, who's obviously a Biden fan, said, didn't DJT almost die from COVID? No, he did not. They just didn't know what to do with him, so they flew him to the hospital. All right. Anyway, if you'd like more information on my book, you can go to anywhere. You can go to barnesandnoble.com. You can go to amazon.com. You can order it right now. Great reviews on my book. Take a look at it. Actually, great reviews, and you will learn a lot. By the way, welcome back. And if we are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, you can also find repeats of this show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify, and you can follow me there as well. And of course, if you'd like to connect, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. There you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. Set it up, contactlarry.com. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know you enjoy the show. And also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them live. All right, so far we've been discussing, of course, the recap and the update. We talked about the Fed raising interest rates. We talked about Biden is over his cold. Oh, don't you feel sorry that Biden had a cold? And Jill had to bring him ice cream and give him fever medicine like Tylenol? Wow. Coming up, we have JetBlue and the Commie. And, of course, today's picks and plays. But first, did you hit that like button? Did you hit that share button? Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. And we are live on all of them. You can also find repeats of the show, like I said before, on Rumble and Spotify by searching Larry Steinhouse and Money Chat Now. And before we start the second half, don't forget to order my book. Order it now on Amazon, or you can order it on Barnes & Noble, and you'll have it in a day or two. And I promise you'll learn something before you even finish the first chapter. All right, let's get into the second half. And real quick, I want to say hello to, it looks like we had a couple people join us, Rob and Betsy. Thank you so much. And let's talk about what's going on. The biggest love triangle of the Mile High Club is coming to an end. That is the love triangle between Frontier and Spirit and JetBlue. What am I talking about? For months now, Frontier Airlines has been courting Spirit Airlines, and if the deal was to be consummated, they would have become the fifth largest airline. All right, so JetBlue and Frontier have been engaged in a fierce courtship for the undecisive Spirit Airlines since the beginning of spring. This has become a better drama than really the TV show The Bachelor, in what has become the airline industry's most heated contest in years. Both JetBlue and Frontier wanted to buy Spirit. After some drinks, a few nights on the town, Frontier convinced Spirit to get on board and fly with them. Well, apparently the engagement got a little rocky because JetBlue swooped in and begged Spirit to break up with its suitor and follow JetBlue into the sunset. Well, the engagement with Frontier and Spirit is off, and a few days ago, now we also have to wait for JetBlue to get on its landing gear and propose to Spirit. If anyone objects to this merger, please state your piece now. Elon, sit down. This isn't your affair. By the way, I wonder if JetBlue is going to need to bring something blue, or is their name all they need? All they need. All right. All right, let's talk about the Commie. Hey, Ken, you're definitely going to like this story because this definitely fits your agenda. Hey, well, it appears that karma is a bitch for sure. Speaking of a bitch, it appears that Biden is pressing an offer to free Brittany Grenier. You know, Brittany Grenier, a basketball player who was made famous when she openly protested the United States of America with her blatant disregard for all it stands for. She, by the way, is it a she or is it a them, they? Well, until I get some guidance on her dumb noun, I will still refer to her as a she. So she had been a thorn in America's heel for a while when she started to protest the flag and the national anthem. In fact, in some games, she even refused to take the floor when the anthem was sung. In other cases, she knelt instead of standing at attention and openly declared the national anthem should not be played at sports events. Well, she continues to protest and continues to show pure disdain for this country. It used to be that when someone did things like this, the rest of the country called them a communist, or a commie for short, right? Well, this commie is actually getting a real taste of communism in communist Russia. If you don't know, this commie went to visit her apparently idle country and was then arrested with possession of marijuana at the airport. Apparently, she is not only a commie, but she is a dumb commie as well. So she gets arrested and then she tries playing the race card and the fame card, and both of them didn't work, so she found herself facing 10 years in a Russian jail. I wonder how she feels about America now. Well, her family has reached out to the geriatric patient in the White House for help. And just a thought here. Imagine what Trump's tweet would have been about her. Anyway, she reached out to the White House for help. Biden found himself. He was looking in closets, he was looking under the bed, and finally he walked into the bathroom, and there he was, on the wall over the sink. He found himself, wait, back to the story. Biden has been trying to negotiate with Russia for the release of the commie with no luck so far. Honestly, when I think of the problems with Russia and America, I actually find it hard to believe that anyone in Russia would take negotiations over a minor sports figure who was stupid enough to get arrested at an airport. Seriously, can you imagine the Kremlin? You know, Putin is sitting there at the end of the table and his generals are discussing the war, the sanctions, oil, and then a little pipsqueak Russian nerd walks in and says, Mr. Putin, what about the pot girl? Biden keeps calling and offering to sit down over a beer and discuss her release. Well, it worked for Obama, didn't it? Well, in reality, Biden is stuck here because he can't look like a hero by getting this woman. Actually, I guess he can look like a hero by getting this woman, or whatever her dumb noun is, freed from Russia. Well, a hero to the left, anyway. There have actually been talks about a prisoner exchange. Prisoner exchange, really? Are we holding someone that was found smuggling pot in the United States from Russia? Because that's the only prisoner eligible for exchange as far as I'm concerned. No, Biden is considering sending them war criminals for this commie who won't even stand up for an American flag while our national anthem is being played. And what happens when she gets back here? Does she go free, or does she have to spend 10 years in a U.S. prison? If she goes free, do we now release all the people in our jails who were put in there for possession of drugs? And if she comes back, will she now proudly stand for the flag after getting a taste of true communism? These answers are more when we release war criminals for a traitor. Oh, by the way, Biden, if you really want to release, why don't you call Trump? Trump will have her released in 5 minutes. All right, let's take a break here, and when we get back, we'll go over some picks and plays.
Okay, so you've thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's it.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Hey, I want to remind you that the show is now open to sponsorship. I've sold hundreds of books to people who listen and watch this show every day. We have raving fans, and if you'd like to advertise your product on this show, please reach out to me and let me know. You can reach out to me for this or just about anything you'd like to discuss with me by going to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. By the way, excuse me, did you know that we have the interviews from Interview Tuesday on a website called Money Chat Now? You can also find Money Chat Now breakout stories on Spotify by just searching Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse. And please subscribe to the Spotify channel. We totally appreciate that as well. All right. So far, of course, we've been discussing the fact of, we've been discussing the update. We've been discussing Biden and his really, really bad cold. Oh, he had a sore throat and he didn't feel good. And Jill brought him some Tylenol that made him feel all better. And then, of course, we also talked about we also talked about the Commie. And coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button? Did you guys hit that share button? Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. And please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also enjoy the show. Hey, Ken Gold, you know what you should do? You should tag all your Commie friends and let them say bad things about me so I can have more haters. So tag all your friends and tell them to watch the show. Have them also like the Money Chat Now fan page so you can get notified of the show every morning. And you can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And also, of course, like I said, tag your friends in the comment section of those posts. And you can also find repeats on this show on Rumble and Spotify. All right, what else? Oh, Ken's saying 1 million Americans have died. Let's not make light of it because they all died of COVID. Oh, my goodness, Ken. Ken, you really should do some research on this, and you should see that almost all of them died of other things that happened, and COVID happened, or their cold happened to make them bad. I'm really hoping, Ken, that you have your 7 boosters because, with all the fears that are going on with those 7 boosters right now, maybe we won't be able to talk anymore. All right, I'm very curious about today. The Fed raised interest rates 75 basis points and the market moved up. It moved up a lot, and this has happened a few times over the past year, and the next day the market always moves down. So we kind of get mixed signals here, and with earnings coming, it's kind of better than expectations. I don't know, the earnings are coming in pretty good, except of course for Meta, right? The company is starting to feel the pain of go woke and go broke. So that's what's going on with Meta. The height of earnings ends this week, and that means that stocks will start to move down after the next 3 weeks when earnings season officially ends. I expect good things from the Apple earnings report tonight, so take a look at the Apple's earnings report. It'll be a really good report. Amazon will be another that will be reporting earnings. Amazon will probably show a slowdown in sales, but the question will be whether they meet or beat the earnings expectation of Wall Street. I'm pretty sure that they lowered their expectations enough to make it look pretty good. I wonder if you could lower your expectations enough to like Biden. Thinking about that, how low can your expectations be if you still like Biden? I know, let's ask Ken. I like Amazon, by the way, at the split price of about 120, and if it falls to 100, I think it'll be a great stock option, but even 105 is not bad. The price of the stock is also great for covered calls plays as well. Look, I got to tell you, I still like Carnival Cruise Line as a stock to buy. The options are also great if you buy the 7.5 strike into next year. This will rebound in the future, and that's why I like the stock, but it's going to be a little tough. Puts will certainly be the play for the next month, and a SPY put will probably pay off. Somebody asked about that online. I would suggest you go out a month at least on that SPY put. All right, let's take a look at the futures here, and let's see what's going on real quick. So we have the Dow is down 50, we have the S&P is down 9, and NASDAQ is down 61. I'm actually surprised. I expect it to be much worse, and it probably will be when it opens. I expect it to be much worse. I'm really surprised. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Let's talk about Bitcoin and crypto. So Bitcoin actually topped 23,000 yesterday. That's amazing. So it topped 23,000, and it's pulled back. It's right around 23,000 right now, which is pretty good. I keep saying I think Bitcoin is going to hit 28,000, and then that's going to be the last time you're going to see it that high for either a very long time or forever. It's just one of those things where it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. We talked about this before. It should have taken over the fiat currencies, and it's just not going to do it. You can't have 19,000 cryptocurrencies taking over 180 fiat currencies with the idea of having one currency. So it's just not going to work. Hopefully Bitcoin or Ethereum will survive it. Ethereum, by the way, is hovering around 1,600, and these aren't bad plays if you bought them at the lows. So if you remember the lows Bitcoin was pretty low. It was about 18 or 17 or 18, I think it was, at the low. And Ethereum was right above 1,000. It might have even hit 900 for a little while. So if you bought them earlier, that would have been some really nice plays, especially Ethereum. So gold and silver have notched up. Gold about 1740. Silver's about 19. It's not that great. I liked it better when it was above 25. I don't know. Hi-ho silver, man. Go up there. I can't take it anymore. It's rough. I really need that to go up. Treasury bonds. Treasury bonds are right around where it's been. It dropped to about 2.78%, which again is odd. You would think that the Treasury bond would have popped yesterday, but it may not. We may actually have everything starting to settle down. I actually believe, just to give you my opinion, I actually believe we're done. I think the inflation report is going to, not this one, but the next one will come in more normal. Instead of being 9s, it might be 4s and 5s, which will show that we're starting to slow down. The Fed will definitely be increasing rates, but they'll start to slow their rates down. It won't be 75 basis points next time. It might be 50 basis points next time, and that will help a lot. And then all of a sudden, we'll start to see the market start to level off. It's starting to level off a little bit. It might be a little too high at 32,000, but we're going to start to see the market leveling off, and that will help as well. And you'll actually see some good patterns. If you're a stock option trader, you look for patterns, and we'll start to see some good patterns. I'm seeing some patterns forming now. I'm seeing some prices being normal. By the way, oil has moved up on the news that Biden is back on the job after his bout with his really bad cold. Aw. Gas prices have moved down again to $4.27 a gallon. It's amazing. Biden has lowered the price of gas from $5, Ken. Isn't that awesome? From $5. Now it's only $4.27, or, $2 higher than it was before he got office. I would expect it under 4 before November, because that's really the only way that the Democrats have any chance at all. And they're going to take credit for the problems they solved. I'm sorry, they're going to take credit to solve the problem that they caused. All right. I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are here live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and YouTube. And, of course, you can find repeats on this show on Rumble and Spotify. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And if you'd like to come to a free class or complimentary class tonight, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and there you'll be able to sign up for tonight's class. And, of course, if you want to contact me, go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And, hey, listen, I'm no longer on WWDB's clock, although I'm going to finish right on time anyway. So everybody out there, make it a profitable day.